Welcome back to the channel. I'll be your host on our tour through the Lumion series, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Okay, before we go on, please do us a favor by hitting the like button, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, hit the notification bell to get notified when we release new video, and let's go ahead. Okay, in our last video we talked about picking views in Lumion, but in today's video we are going to explore how to modify landscape in the Lumion environment. Okay, as you can see, we kind of have a conflict here between our model and the landscape, so we're going to modify it. So let's go. Okay, to modify the landscape, you basically go in this main menu. We are going to click on this landscape menu. Okay, in this landscape menu you are going to see 6 major icons. These 6 major icons have different uses or purposes. So the first is the height. To actually, from the name, is actually to edit the nature of the landscape, whether to make it low, high, or smooth, or jittered. Okay, then you have the water option to place water bodies. You can select from the type of water body you want to place. We have the ocean option to basically turn the whole terrain into an ocean. We have the paint to kind of give the landscape a specified texture. Maybe you want to put gravel or stuff, you can do it. You also have the landscape grass, where you can actually put some grassy features to make it more realistic. So we're just going to start from the height, and the height, I'm just going to show you some basics, the basic tools and how to use them. Basically, you have raise, lower, flatten, jitter, and smoother, and to smoothen. And you have this bar here. This bar kind of gives you the size of the brush. The brush is actually the editable area that you can edit with any of these tools, and it also gives you the option to increase the speed. The speed meaning that, for example, I've clicked on this raise tab now, so I'm going to look at what it's doing. So as you can see, the raise is actually increasing the height of the terrain, but if I increase the speed, you'll notice that the speed at which is increasing is quite like increased and is more rapid than before. Okay, same thing if I do it for the low. It will actually do the inverse of the raise to kind of lower it. Okay, let's just raise it up so I'll be able to show you what the other options can do. Okay, so now we kind of have a very jittered terrain. We can also click on this flatten tool. This flatten tool actually flattens any terrain, whether it's high or low or it's flat. So as you can see, once I'm applying it, you kind of see it's kind of beveling the edges and making the top flat, even though it's actually raised already. And it's kind of blending the high part we just edited to the other part and kind of making it like a steep ridge. You also have the jitter tool. The jitter tool, basically from the name, is just to jitter the top and make it rough and like spiky and all. So you can use this if you use these many tools in the right ways to kind of create a very complex landscape scenery. You can also use this smoothing tool. It's basically the opposite of jitter. It's actually to bevel the edges, just to give it this slopey and soft look. Okay, you also have the option to flatten the terrain entirely, and you should just click it will kind of go flat. So from here, this place, we have our model is actually blocking the swimming pool area, so we're going to use the lower tool and increase the brush size. Okay, and that is too much. We're just going to increase it this way, and we're going to lower it. After lowering it, we're going to lower it for all this place. Then we're going to smoothen it just to blend it. As you can see how I'm using this tool effectively. Okay, so the next tool we're going to be exploring is the water body. So we're going to select the type of water body firstly. To click that, we're going to, let's just pick a pond. Yeah, a pond to be realistic, and just click and place it. Okay, so we are going to extend it and extend it. So as you can see, it's looking kind of weird, just like a box, but let me show you how you can use it properly. We're going to go back to this height tool, and we're going to click on reduce to reduce it. So we're going to kind of create, okay, let's take it outside where our model is not obstructed. Let's kind of go back to the water and place it in another region. Let's just drag it and place it outside this our model environment before this model obstructs it. So I'm just going to show you how to work with it. So we're going to reduce, we're trying to create a lake now. So we're going to increase the speed and just reduce the lake region around it. Kind of use some of the smoothing tool and just smoothen the outer part of the lake just to blend. So we're going to go back to the water and we're going to select this, and we're just going to increase it, and we're going to drag it down. So as you can see now we have dragged it down. We have actually created a lake. So that is how to use the water body. If you kind of zoom inside, you kind of enter like on the bottom or underwater kind of lake effect. So it's actually very nice, and you can also place some components inside like fishes just to make it true. That was just a sample for this video. So we are going to not waste time and go to the next two, the ocean. So in the ocean, we are just going to click on the switch on button. So as you can see, it has basically changed the whole terrain into an ocean. You can increase the wave intensity, you can increase the turbidity, you can increase the wave height, the height of the ocean itself. So currently it's actually shallow, so you can just increase the depth. So it have actually covered a large portion of our model. It's kind of like a movie scene now. That I find it interesting though, but that is by the way. Okay, we're now going to go to paint. Okay, we are going to go back to ocean and switch it off just to switch it back to the normal, and we're going to go to paint. Okay, in this paint, it's kind of with this similar to the height menu. Like you have the brush size and brush speed. The brush size is the area where the effect will be applying on, and the brush speed is how fast it will be doing. So we are going to just reduce the brush speed a bit, and we're going to click on, let's say, this gravel. So as you can see, we are creating a gravel terrain. We can also increase the tile size. As you can see, the gravels have become more bigger, like much bigger. Okay, and we can reduce it. Then the same thing for this soil, and the same thing for this laterite. So you can use these tools in creating some scenes, especially all these beach scenes and all. So you can just be creative with it. Remember, it's how creative you are that the quality of the render depends on. Just by the way, so we're going to go to the landscape grass finally, and we're going to just switch it on. So in the landscape grass, you see these three icons: grass size, grass height, and grass wildness. So you can edit these three parameters, but firstly you need to select what you want to add. Edit type. So we want to add, let's say, some flowers, and we're also going to switch on landscape grass to be on. Okay, it's currently off, so we'll click to be on. So as you can see, there is now some 3D grasses available. If I off it, it will switch off and it will just revert to this Lumion 2D grass, default grass. If you click it on, it will become this 3D grass. We can also add some stones. You can add some stones. So as you can see, we can increase the size of the stone, we can reduce it, use the randomization of the stone, or randomize the stone rather, and we can do the same for the shrubs. Okay, that is the end of the video, and we've just explored the basic tools in the landscape menu in Lumion. Okay, so if the video was helpful, please write how helpful it was in the comment section below. Also, like our video, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, hit the notification bell to get notified when we release a video, and thank you and have a nice day.